Buffalo Soldier. We are today what's the date today? The day is the 20 of the month of January of the year sweet to be 2009. Buffalo Soldier is the title of my document. Buffalo Soldier is this magnificent song sung by Sir Bob Marley. Sir Bob Marley got divine inspiration one day, like I did this morning. Wrote this song called Buffalo Soldier and then kept on singing it. And here I am in the Coffs Harbour Mental Asylum, and I am in the high danger zone. The really mad people of the asylum for 3 days, and I am locked in with Christopher. Christopher is half white, half Aborigines, like if it was important. It's not. It doesn't make a difference in the fucking world, other than the fact that he was touched by that song Buffalo Soldier. And Christopher was under drug and medication, as usual in those kind of fucking institutions. And so he was walking like a bear, swinging from front to back, and murmurant, blah, 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 you're fucking this, you're fucking that, you're fucking the body. He was talking to himself, to his shelf, to the shelving content of his own shelves. Obviously he was not aware he was doing so. The same way as Mr. Dr. Volk is completely unaware that Shakespeare was doing so also, but looking at all the shit that Shakespeare left on his lawn could say, I understand Shakespeare. No, you don't, asshole. You just smell the shit, that's all. You have no idea what Shakespeare is all about. The same as he has no idea as I was all about, and the same as he has no idea what Christopher was all about. And Christopher is singing Buffalo Soldier at one time in his murmuring. He's murmuring the rest of the time incomprehensible shit. And this time now he's singing like I did. For the past 5 years I've been murmuring about Hitler and you know, war and Indonesia and China and whatever. I mean, the Dien Bien Phu and all that crap and jazz. And you can check in every single one of my... I'm sorry for the traffic here, I'm just near a big freeway. That's the present moment for you. But as I was recording and writing all my pain, at the same time I was putting some song in there, which is the creative side coming out. And Christopher had exactly the same behavior processual swing going on. So he's murmuring stuff I can't understand. I'm sitting at the table, shitting at the table, cheating with the time at the table, and I'm recording my thoughts on paper. The difference is that in his case, he verbalized them in the thin air. So the next minute he has no idea what he has been verbalizing 3 minutes before. In my case, I know what's going on in my mind because I put that on writing. And suddenly, my friend Christopher started singing Buffalo Soldier. I hear him. I recognize the song. I recognize the rhyme. I call his name, his holy name, Christopher. I said Christopher, that's the name his mother gave him. So his mind recognized the signal. The signal meant that his behavior pattern had to pay attention. Sorry for the road, guys, it's pretty noisy. So he paid attention. He looked at me. I looked at him in the eyes. We locked eye for one split of a second, and I said to him, I understand what you are on about. Now he's puzzled. Those words are resonating well in his grotto. Now he comes towards me now. Next behavior pattern, he moves, he swings towards me. That's what we call love as Sir Emmanuel puts it, what is love? C'est un élan de toi vers moi. It cannot be captured. So he's in love now. He's coming towards me. He's not running away from me. He's coming towards me. I didn't push him. I didn't have to. I just said, I understand you. I understand what you're on about. And he comes towards me. He sits down. He sits down at the table. Now, he mumbles something else. I can't tell you what that is, because I can't remember it. And like two silly buggers that we were, I answer back whatever has been triggered in my mind at this precise moment in time. And I verbalize back to him whatever it is that my mind wanted to verbalize. Now he looks in my eyes very deeply. And he says this to me. He says, you understand everything, you. How is that? Two madmen in a locked, confined space of the asylum. He says to me, you understand everything, you. And I say, yes, I do. And the silly buggers that are holding you here have no clue what's going on. And I kept on raving about that for a minute, and he was happy with that. He got back up again and went back into his normal swinging routine. A few days later, I saw his brother, and his brother looked concerned, serious, couldn't laugh outside of this high security area because they took me out. And his same brother was killing this same healthy brother, between bracket, was killing his unhealthy brother, within bracket. And the unhealthy brother, Christopher, told me between two mumble, said, you know, outside there I can go and get my own herbs there. There is herb in the bush that helps me sort that out. Where is this herb coming from? From the Aborigines, guys. They don't need Dr. Vaux to cure themselves. They have their own cure. And they don't need marijuana. They have another herb that does the job. And the same Christopher was banging with his fist at the doors and windows to go out of this madhouse. And we wonder why some Aborigines in prison hang themselves. Guys, you know, once you understand, it's quite bewildering, the power we give to assholes such as Dr. Vaux just because he happened to have spent 5 years at school to get a diploma of nothingness on nothing because he does not understand a swing. That's very, very bad. That's exactly what we did to Rudolf Hess in his time also. And when the American took Rudolf Hess, he was finally captured because he had escaped. He was running in the country somewhere. He was finally captured. And he was such a good soldier for Hitler that when the American who held him prisoner said, Mr. Hess, we would like you to write what has happened. So for the next 2 years he was in jail and wrote everything that had happened. C'est les mémoires. It's les mémoires de Rudolf Hess. And in his memoir there is not an ounce of guilt feelings. Why? Because he does not even know what that is. He was like Dr. Vaux. Not a hint, not an inkling of guilt feeling about injecting my ass. Now the lady that put her finger in my holy ace hole had a lot of guilt feeling. My nurse came to see me at 9 o'clock before the injection, and he said, Jean-Paul, you know what, they are going to inject you. His name will come back to me, Randy or Randolph or something. And at that time I said, that's okay, I know it's not your fault. Now he had guilt feelings. He understood that something was wrong. And there were another guy with him, a huge bikey, huge, physically huge. Why? Because he was a security guard for the mental asylum. And I had spoken with him too. And he came at the same time and he said, look, I'm really sorry too that we are going to do that to you. I said, that's okay guys, they're just mad. But they worked with the system. They were part of the 8 gorilla team that took me into the dark room to inject me forcefully. What can I say, guys? We are surrounded by monkeys and we give them too much power. Much too much power. I am not sure what I'm going to do to tame that power in the Coffs Harbour metal injection room, but believe me, I'm working on it. I love yous. Bye for now, Takuk.